So, und da sind wir wieder bei The Great Attorney Escapades. In der letzten Folge haben wir einen Diebstahl von Steak auf der SS Burja aufgeklärt mit dem großartigen Sherlock Holmes. Und in dieser Episode spielen wir Episode 3 at the British Supreme Court. This escapade takes place as Kuriose and Sato visit Lord Steuern to report on the outcome of Mr. Natsume's trial. They find a flustered Inspector Gregson attempting to solve a very taxing problem before his time runs out. Wait, das ist also nach Episode 4 jetzt? Das ist nach Episode 4 jetzt, what the fuck? Das ist ja ein richtiger Zeitsprung. Gerade noch im zweiten Fall gewesen und jetzt schon nach Episode 4. Aber okay, at the British Supreme Court, let's go. Einfach Episode 3 geskippt, den dritten Fall. 26 February, 9:17 AM. British Supreme Court, Lord Chief Justice's office. Here we are again. Every time we visit here, the atmosphere in this place seems to get more and more overbearing. Just think, we could be at home with Mr. Holmes and I was having a nice cozy breakfast. But we have a duty to report to the outcome of the case, especially since we are guests here in Britain. So I'm afraid this visit couldn't have been avoided. I suppose not, but is there even anyone here? You could hear a pin drop in this place. It's too solemn for its own good. It is very quiet, isn't it? The only sound is the ticking of the great clock, as it keeps perfect time. What was that, I wonder? The usual comforting sound of the clock seems to have been joined by a less comforting shuffling sound today. Und jetzt? You're right, something's disturbing the rhythmical ticking. It sounds rather like an unfit middle-aged man running from pillar to post, clumsily. Gregson? Yeah, it is Gregson. Who are you calling unfit? Oh, Inspector Gregson, what are you doing here? What am I? Isn't it flaming obvious? Whew. 58 seconds remaining, Inspector. Ah, well, we'll have to talk later, Sunshine. Good morning, Lord Steuern. Wow, he's really looking fiercely at his pocket watch today. And good morning to you. Business so early in the day. Ich finde, dieser Typ wirkt so mysteriös. Den haben sie sehr wenig im ersten Spiel behandelt. Ich habe das zweite Spiel noch nicht gespielt jetzt, deswegen weiß ich nicht, ob er darin noch weiter... Also er wird sicherlich drin weiter vorkommen, aber ob er da noch eine größere Rolle spielen wird. Weil ich finde, er hätte die Ausstrahlung für eine größere Rolle auf jeden Fall. Und die hatte er im ersten Spiel halt nicht. Er war halt nur dieser Justice Minister, der uns hier in England empfangen hat und uns 2 Fälle gegeben hat. Aber mehr war er ja nicht. Aber wir werden sehen. Oh, yes. Well, I mean, it's about the other day. We are to deliver our report, Lord Steuern, as our dealings with Mr. Natsume are now over. Ah, yes, the little Japanese man. I've already cast my eyes over Van Ziek's report. I must say, the outcome surprised me. I thank you for a job well done. You are too kind, my lord. It's not here, it's not there, and it's not over there either. I hope you don't mind me asking, but what exactly is the inspector doing? He's been hurrying around between the bookshelves, looking beside himself with worry. He's looking for a particular work, the Lion's Pride. Das war doch das Favorite Book von dem, von dem Vermieter. Ich weiß jetzt gerade nicht mehr. Gary Depp, genau. Von dem, Gary Depp. Now there's an all too familiar title. I heard it was a popular tale, so I obtained a copy from the rental library. However, it wasn't able to maintain my interest, so I soon cast it aside. I happened to notice a vacant spot on one of my shelves at the time, so I duly stowed the book there. Unfortunately, I no longer remember where that was. Nope, not there, not here either. Come on, where are your lions hiding? The book is due back today, so I've asked Gregson to locate it for me with his investigative prowess. Inside 5 minutes. I must say, I've never seen anyone working so hard to find something. He's like a man possessed. Ah yes, that's because his month's salary is staked upon the outcome. Okay, at this point ist es klar, dass Gregson ein Vorfahr von Gumshoe ist, wenn sein Gehalt gekürzt ist durch sowas. At whose instigation? Let me guess. The stony-faced lord. And the 5-minute time limit? What's the significance with that? There's none. Just my vulgar mischievous spirit showing itself, I'm afraid. Oh, by your own admission. Ah! I can't. My feet are killing me. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up, Inspector. Ah! Which means that next month you will work unpaid and have no days off. Der Arme. No days off? There really are just so many books here. It's overwhelming. For some, perhaps. I've purchased every book, new or old, on the subject of law from all over the globe. Wouldn't have believed it a few short decades ago. A place like this couldn't have existed. What do you mean, Inspector? When I was a lad, no one ever dreamed of buying books. Oh, I see. Western books are such luxury items, I suppose, with their leather covers and fancy bindings. No, that's not it. Oh. There was a tax on paper, see? On paper? Yeah, I mean, it was abolished about 30 years back now, but it used to be the case. There was tax levied on any kind of paper. So obviously, that meant most folk couldn't afford to buy any books at all. Ah, so is that why places like the rental library you mentioned before came into existence, Lord Steuern? Indeed, vestiges of the paper tax system, you could say. The general public consider books as items for hire. Okay, also quasi die moderne Online-Bibliothek. Wo man sich ja, bei Amazon kann man sich ja auch Filme ausleihen und Filme kaufen. Und das ist quasi das Ausleihen davon. Beziehungsweise Bibliotheken sind ja auch immer noch ein Konzept. Also so ist es ja nicht. Spuren des Papiersteuersystems. London is home to a vast lending library of some 3.5 million books. You couldn't hope to read all of that, even if you were reincarnated 10,000 times. Wie viele Books? Ja, okay, so viel liest doch kein Mensch. Even I would choose to rent a book rather than purchase it, if I knew I would read it infrequently. The subject of tax has actually surprised us already in the last few days. It came up in Mr. Natsume's trial. Did it? Warte, wo? Hä? Kam da was mit Steuern vor? It seems that the window in his room was filled in due to some kind of window tax. Ach ja, stimmt! Sein Fenster war geschlossen, weil es damals so eine Fenstersteuer gab. Okay. That would be true. Fortunately, the window tax was abolished here some 40 years ago. Sadly, in the East End in particular, many windowless houses remain. Britons always had a bit of a thing for taxing stuff. Whatever they can tax, they tax. Sugar, salt, tea, coffee, you name it. Candles, beards. Wait, Zoe? What was that last one? Did you say beards? Bärte? Yup, the beard tax. Never heard of it. Never. Why should people have to pay money just because they let their facial hair grow? You may well ask. I suppose it's because it makes them look self-important. The Naruhodos will have a strict family policy of no facial hair, I think. Yep. Wenn man so drüber nachdenkt, Phoenix White, ne? Beziehungsweise Ryuichi Naruhodo, glaube ich, heißt er im Japanischen, auf jeden Fall Naruhodo. Hat ja kein Gesichtshaar, ne? Hat ja auch kein Bart. Also scheinbar hat er das durchgesetzt, der Ryunosuke. You can relax. The beard tax was confined to the annals of history long ago. Even so, it's clearly something the British really love. Paying taxes, I mean. Paying them. You've got that back to front, sunshine. But you can't deny you've had a lot of funny taxes over the years. You'd never find anything like that in Japan. Would you, Mr. Sato? In actual fact, I'm afraid to say that you would, Mr. Naruhodo. What? No, you don't mean... Surely there's never been a window tax in Japan. No, but there have been similarly obscure taxes. For example, in the Edo period, there was a frontage tax. What is frontage? Frontage, huh? Frontage. Facade, okay. What was that? It was a tax not on windows, but on the entrance to properties. The larger a property's entrance was, the greater the tax that was levied on it. Even today, some mansions survive with extremely narrow entrances due to their old form of taxation. Ist das wahr? Ist das true? Wenn ja, ist das ja wirklich crazy, dass das mal so war. Ich denke nicht, dass das heute noch so ist, aber I had no idea. Yeah, me neither. So you Japanese are as twisted as us Brits. But we never had a beard tax. I mean, that's really going a step too far. Well, no, that's true. I'm not aware of any taxes for beards at least. What do you mean, at least? Well, rather than tax them, the shogunate did once prohibit them outright. The ruling class prohibited beards? Die haben die Bärte verboten. Okay. It was called the Great Beard Prohibition. It was an Edo period edict. Das muss ich jetzt mal kurz zu googeln. Das muss ich mal jetzt kurz googeln. Ja, Beard Tax gab es wirklich. Beard and Haircut Laws. Also scheinbar war das ein real thing. Crazy, also I mean, ich trage keinen Bart, ne? Manchmal, wenn ich faul bin, rasiere ich mich mal ein paar Tage nicht, dann sieht man ein bisschen Barthaare. Aber so einen richtigen Bart hatte ich noch nie. Wisst ihr ja auch. Aber trotzdem crazy. Lass doch die Leute tragen, was sie wollen. But why did the powers that be want to ban beards? Because it makes people look self-important. Just an idea. It would seem that rulers in the East and the West have had very similar ideas over the years. There have been other unusual taxes in our history, even in our current Meiji period. There have? For example, though it was before either of us were born, there was a rabbit tax. Eine Hasensteuer? There was a tax on those adorable fluffy creatures, like the one who makes Mochi Sweets on the Moon. Na gut, es gibt ja auch die Hundesteuer, ne? Also ist nicht so weit hergeholt. Yes, and it was an extremely large tax too. The government demanded extraordinary sums of money. This just gets stranger and stranger. What was the reason for that bizarre tax then? Well, after Japan opened its doors to the world, there was an unprecedented rabbit boom in the Meiji capital. A boom. Rabbit boomers. Yes, keeping rabbits became hugely popular and new species were traded at exorbitant prices. People were even swindled out of all the money for exotically colored rabbits. Like colored chicks, I suppose. Hard to imagine though, rabbits are so timid and quiet. You wouldn't have thought one would bankrupt you. So in response to this worrying social vogue, the government imposed a rabbit tax. Okay. Oh man. I suppose they couldn't just ignore the problem. And it worked, because the rabbit boom came to an abrupt end. 6 years later, the tax was abolished. Well, I hate to say it about my own country, but Japan is strange. No shit, Real Noske. Japan is strange to this day, würde ich mal sagen. But there's more. After the rabbit tax was abolished, then of course, society reacted by launching straight into a second rabbit boom. Oh dear, the government didn't think that one through, did they? Your ideas about the world are very much altered by the position you hold in society. If you are responsible for the running of the country, you will feel the need to raise revenue keenly. Without a stable taxation system, the whole country would go down the drain. Well, yes, I suppose so. But some of these taxes... That's precisely why ministers of state use their wiles to invent new and novel ways of taxing the public. Novel ways? Tell me, Mr. Naruhodo, if you are one of my country's statesmen. Me? A British statesman? Yes, what novel tax would you impose? Pray, give us something truly original. Inside 5 seconds. Oh man, die Musik dazu. What? Oh, think of something that everyone uses, Mr. Naruhodo, and really squeeze every penny out of the population. That's quite the intense stare. I'm very glad Sato-san isn't in charge. Your time is up. So what's your answer? Well... Air, maybe? Yes! How about air? An air tax, you say? Die Musik! Es spielt einfach das Pursuit-Team. Oh Mann, diese Episoden werden besser und besser. An air tax, you say? Oh, well done, Mr. Naruhodo. A truly novel and fiendish idea. Well, everyone has to breathe. So while the population is inhaling air, my government is inhaling money. Blimme, you're a tyrant at heart, eh? Diese Musik dazu. Das ist, weißt du, sonst, dieses Theme, ne, ist 3-mal im Spiel vorgekommen, bei 3 mehr oder weniger epischen Momenten. Und jetzt wird's für sowas hier benutzt. Oh Mann. A somewhat radical solution to a country's revenue problems, but sadly not an original one. No, you mean to say... Nein, surely not. You mean, a tax on air has been imposed in the past? It was last century. The finance minister of our neighbor France proposed it. Nein, nein, es gibt keine es gab nie eine Luftsteuer, das willst du mir jetzt nicht erzählen. Air tax. France. Ich finde gerade nichts, aber als ob. It was last century. The finance minister of our neighbor France proposed it. What? If I ever go for a visit, I'm holding my breath. Unsurprisingly, it was strongly opposed by the public and soon scrapped. The minister didn't last long either. Oh dear. Although clearly that would have been an untenable situation. The public at large are a force to be reckoned with. Don't I know it? How about you, Inspector? What new tax would you impose? Let me see. My first thought is a tax on objections. Oh man. Sorry? Been hearing far too many of them recently in court. There's a particular lawyer I have in mind, as it happens. So I think an objection tax could be very handy. Good to see you don't allow your personal feuds to influence your work in public office. I reckon 5 pence for every objection raised would be about right. A most amusing proposal, Gregson. A most unamusing proposal, my lord. Oh man. Well then, I think it's your turn now. Sorry, my turn for what? Why? What else? To locate my missing copy of The Lion's Pride. Oh, it's on one of the shelves in this room. Of that I am certain. Now, I shall give you 10 minutes. And let's stake your students' Stipend on it, Oh nein, wir spielen um unser Stipendium. Fail to find the book and you forfeit next month's payment. Objection! Your time starts now. Oh, and one more thing. I believe you just said the word objection. Can you leave your 5 pence over there before you begin combing the shelves? This tax is going to be the death of me. Oh Mann, weirde Steuern. Das ist doch funny. Oh Mann, es wird besser und besser, ne? Okay, ich glaube, es war's von dieser Eskapade, von dieser Escapade. Ja, in der nächsten Escapade sind wir in Chom Suite, scheinbar. Da bin ich auch schon gespannt. Das kann ja noch mit sich werden mit Iris und Herlock. Ja gut, dann bedanke ich mich erstmal fürs Zuschauen und fürs dabei sein. Und ja, ich habe bisher sehr viel Spaß mit diesen Eskapaden. Ich finde die grandios. Ja, wir spielen dann das nächste Mal Episode 4 in Chom Suite. Bis dahin, bedanke ich mich fürs dabei sein, bedanke mich fürs Zuschauen. Und ja, Einspruch und so, ne? Bis morgen, bis zur nächsten Folge.